Hey everybody, Bob Babbitt here. Challenged Athletes Live. Our next guest, wheelchair basketball star, a gold medalist from the Parapans in 2019, Mr. Jorge Sanchez joins us. Jorge, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Bob. Thank you so much for having me.
It's an honor, and you're one of the few people who's been basically you've been living overseas for a while. Talk a little bit about you're playing professional wheelchair basketball. How long have you been overseas?
Yeah, so I've been overseas for I'm going into my fifth season of this upcoming season. I was in Italy for 2 years and then in Gran Canaria the past two. So it's been wonderful. Like you said, I was stuck out there because of the coronavirus. Just got back to California on Friday. Thankful for that. Got tested this morning. Hopefully I can enjoy the family soon. But yeah, playing overseas is absolutely incredible. It's honestly made my game grow and it's given me the opportunity to play with Team USA.
So prize money wise, not prize money, but it's you guys are professional athletes. How
Correct.
many countries of the world are wheelchair basketball players making a living playing wheelchair basketball?
Yes, so there's about 5 countries in Europe that have a professional wheelchair basketball league. Unfortunately, the United States does not have a professional league, so a lot of my USA teammates and myself have to go play overseas. And countries include Spain, Turkey, France, Germany, and I think that might be it. But yeah, those are the countries that pay us to play professionally.
That is the coolest thing. So take me back.
Super cool.
Growing up, were you diagnosed at the age of 8 with bone cancer?
That is correct. Yes, I was diagnosed of March in 2000 with osteogenic sarcoma in my left femur.
And we're talking, what, 23 surgeries? You ended up in a coma for, what, 3 months? Horrific experience. When you came out of that and you lost your leg, did you have any sense of people who were amputees and what they did moving forward?
Yeah, so whenever I was diagnosed, I had no idea what cancer was. They told my parents the diagnosis and everything, and I didn't know what was going on. I saw them crying, so I knew it was a big deal. And I knew nobody that was disabled in the United States, and I knew nothing about wheelchair sports or adaptive sports. And whenever I found it, it completely changed my life because once I had my leg amputated, I was scared to go outside. I had no self-confidence. I just didn't want people staring at me, whether it be children or parents, or people talking behind my back or whatever it may be. So super grateful that I found adaptive sports and that really helped me open up and accept who I was.
Was it hard as being that young to wear shorts? Was it one of those things where you were always wearing jeans just because you didn't want people to know?
Absolutely. I would always go. So I didn't start wearing a prosthetic till I was in high school when I started to kind of accept myself and be like, you know what, this is going to be a part of me for the rest of my life. So I would always be in the wheelchair and I would always wear jeans, just something that would cover up my nub so nobody can really see it. Because you could say that I was a little ashamed of who I was. I didn't accept myself. I just didn't know how to adapt to a new life, the new life of being disabled. And wheelchair sports and adaptive sports helped me grow into the person I am now.
So you were at Costco, correct? When you were at
I was
Costco,
taking in all the samples.
taking in all the samples, but that was a really a life-altering moment. Somebody came up and started talking to you about wheelchair basketball?
Yes, so that's exactly how I discovered adaptive sports. We were just shopping around, minding my own business, like I said, going around collecting samples, and someone approached my mother and I and asked if I ever heard of wheelchair basketball. And I was immediately intrigued because I was pretty active before I had cancer, and sports have always been a passion of mine. And we talked for a little bit. I went out the following week to BORP, the Bay Area Outreach Recreational Program here in Berkeley. And just watching people zoom up and down the court in the wheelchairs, like not making any excuses, not letting the wheelchair get in their way, and just being athletes was something that took me back, and I was in awe. The only thing that I didn't enjoy were these calluses and blisters I got on my hand, but besides that, it was incredible.
And I don't think people quite get it. They figure that, hey, a chair is a chair. You can play wheelchair basketball and anything. How important is it to have something that actually fits you? Because I'm sure at the beginning you're using borrowed chairs.
Exactly.
And when you went from a borrowed chair, and I know BORP received some chairs from CAF, and you got into a chair that was close to a fit, what difference did that make?
A huge difference. It's I give the example of wearing oversized shoes. You know, if you're not in the perfect size shoe, you're not going to be able to perform at an elite level. So whenever I did receive, it was actually through CAF, that board perceiver wheelchair that fit me pretty well, and I was able to take my game to the next level and receive collegiate offers to go play at the college level and receive a degree, which was absolutely incredible. But I mean, the chairs have changed tremendously over even the last 5 years. That has leveled up the game.
So when did you realize, okay, well, when you get a scholarship to go to college, you know you're pretty good at this game, right? And while you were in college, is that when Team USA came calling, or when you started seeing, okay, some of the guys I'm playing with are playing at even a higher level?
Right. So whenever I joined wheelchair basketball, it was just for fun. It wasn't, I never thought about being on Team USA. I never thought about going to college and playing collegiate basketball because I wasn't aware of all these opportunities that wheelchair basketball can bring to me. So yeah, it wasn't until college that I started to realize, like, hey, maybe I could go play overseas. Maybe I can be a part of Team USA, represent this wonderful country, and win a gold medal. Like that's when it became a dream of mine to represent Team USA. And in college, we train 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. We have to get our shooting session in and our lifting as well. So we're in the gym about 5 to 8 hours a day. And that's what we want people to really realize, that we're just athletes. You know, we train just as hard as anybody else, if not harder, because we do have to adapt to the wheelchair and things like that.
So the nice thing is, it used to be that if you were an Olympic athlete, you made X amount for gold, silver, bronze. And if you're a Paralympic athlete, you made nowhere near that. Now it's equal, right? That's a huge, I see the smile. So, and we know that you guys, you beat Team Canada by 30 points in the Parapans in 2019. The goal was the next month or so, you guys would have been in Japan going to Paralympics. So the goal is 2021. What would it mean to you to end up winning a gold medal at the Paralympics?
I mean, it would mean the world to me. The 11 other guys and staff that I go to battle with when we go out to whatever tournament we go to, I mean, I love them, and to win a gold medal and be surrounded with them, I mean, it would mean the world to me. It'd be something that I'd never forget. It's been a dream of mine, and I want to make that dream a reality. And that's why I'm working so hard to be able to hear that national anthem and see our flag be raised next year, 2021 in Tokyo.
So when you look back at your Team USA career, what do you think was your best game? Is there one game that sticks out?
I can say one that has hurt me a lot and that I haven't been able to kind of really let go. And that was losing the World Championship game in 2018. That's something that I think we should have won. We had a bad day, which any team can have, any person can have. But I still think we're the best team in the world, and that's a game that I always look back on and try to reflect on, just so we can grow as a team and I can help Team USA win a gold medal in any way possible.
So how do you balance the European game and playing for Team USA? Do the schedules conflict, or are you able to do both?
I'm able to do both. So the season usually goes September up until May, depending on how you do that season. And then we start going on with Team USA. So a lot of us fly back mid-May, around there, and then we continue on with Team USA throughout the summer. And usually spend a lot of time in Colorado Springs, where the Olympic Training Center is at.
Yeah. So being a kid from Oakland originally, and being able to surprise a young man with a wheelchair basketball chair with the Golden State Warriors, how special was that?
That was absolutely incredible. I think I don't know. I think I was more excited to present the wheelchair to Devin with the Warriors than he was to be there, you know, which says a lot. You go in there trying to motivate him and all that, but it's honestly, I feel like it's reversed. Like, seeing him getting a wheelchair that fits him, being like excited to go out onto the court, try it out and everything, motivates me to want to be a better player and a better person, and work my butt off to be able to inspire these younger generation, to be able to let them know that anything is possible.
So when you made that, when you found wheelchair basketball and you realized how great that made you feel about yourself, did the light bulb go on for you that, okay, I know what sport's doing for me. I know that I have to be that guy to help the next generation?
Absolutely. I wouldn't have been able to get through through cancer, through my whole life, if I didn't have a support group and people supporting me, like CAF, like my family, like neighbors, friends, stuff like that. So I know that I want to be able to help as many athletes as possible, the younger generation, and when in any way possible, and even if that's just introducing them to the sport, that I love of wheelchair basketball, that's enough right there, because a lot of people are not aware that there's disabled sports for people with disabilities. So in any way possible, shape or form that I can help, that I want to do that.
Do you see more awareness overseas for wheelchair athletes than you see here in the States?
I think it's starting to catch up, but I do see more awareness in Europe, just because you do have the professional teams, and they usually have the younger teams that go under them, and you have a bigger crowd that come out and support you. Here you have the NWBA, and there's tournaments that they go to, but they're not marketed very well, I should say, in order
Right.
for people to attend the games. So that's a very big problem in the United States.
So we're going to move into a little rapid fire. Best CAF memory.
Best CAF memory would have to be giving the wheelchair to Devin at the Golden State Warriors Arena. That was absolutely amazing. I will never forget that. I'll never forget Devin's face when he received the wheelchair when Steve Kerr presented it to him. So that's definitely my favorite CAF moment.
Well, and what, you met Klay Thompson, Steph Curry,
Yes.
a
Yeah,
few
we
of the
chatted it
boys.
up. Yes, we met. Yes, we tried to get a little game going, Devin and I, but unfortunately we were not able to. But yeah, having them see us be so happy on their court was unforgettable.
That is very cool. There's something bonding about it. It's basketball, right? Doesn't matter
Exactly.
if you're in a chair or if you're on legs. It doesn't matter at all. It's still ball.
Exactly.
All right. Go to comfort food.
Go-to comfort food, that would have to be tacos,
All
but
right.
vegan tacos, since I don't eat meat anymore.
Oh, you don't. Now, have you
No.
had to adapt to,
Oh,
have you changed your nutrition and changed your training over the years?
absolutely. So my parents, my background is from a Mexican culture,
Right.
and they eat a lot of meat, a lot of, so it's been very difficult for me to find alternative foods to still be able to enjoy it. But it's been very fun to explore and try different foods and what I can change. So I did definitely change my training and my diet consistently, because I want to be at the best level I can possibly be at. And if not eating meat or whatever it may be gives me an edge on the competition, then I'm going to give it a try.
Now, what do you guys, obviously with the world being frozen for a while, it's been difficult, but if the coaches talk to you about, here's the plans for this next year?
So it's still up in the air, just because, as you can see here in the States, we still haven't really flattened the curve. It's still going crazy with different states opening at different times and stuff like that. So it's hard to put a timeline in. We've been told that during this summer, we probably won't be getting together, which is unfortunate. So it'll be a whole year before we get together. So it would have to be something in January if COVID doesn't spike up again in the winter.
What's your go-to technology?
My cell phone. Definitely my cell phone. I can do absolutely everything through there. So the iPhone.
Favorite book or podcast?
Favorite book or podcast? That one's hard. I love listening to sports podcasts. Any podcasts, I like Stephen A's. And then book. There was a book, I forgot what it was called exactly, but not really caring what other people think about you or how to act in different situations, stuff like that.
Love it. Favorite words to hear from a coach?
Great job.
Great job. And what's been when you look back, toughest moment for you?
Definitely the cancer, overcoming that and trying to accept exactly who I am. Like I said, I was ashamed of who I was because of my amputation. And it was very hard. And it wasn't until I found adaptive sports and other adaptive athletes that helped me accept myself and be able to go out in public and shine.
Happiest moment?
Happiest moment. Overcoming cancer and making Team USA. Every time I hear, hey, Jorge Sanchez on the list of the top 12, that's one of the happiest moments I can ever live through.
What is it about you? What's helped to make you a champion?
Just with my life experiences and the people supporting me. I know that I can't let the people that have supported me and helped me survive cancer down. And I want to be the best person I can. And like I said, motivate these younger generation to be the best person they can possibly be, and let them know that there are no limits in life. The only limits that we have are the ones that we set ourselves.
So a lot of our challenge athletes out there are struggling a little bit, right? They, like you said, you can't get together with your teammates and play wheelchair basketball, right? And so many of our folks, that's part of their identity. What's your message to them to try to get them through these tough times?
Yes, definitely. I mean, these Zoom calls, I mean, this new technology that we have, we can, stay connected through Instagram, through Facebook, through Zoom, whatever it may be. So just make sure you're checking in with everybody. This is going to pass. We're going to get through this together. And just know that there's brighter days ahead of us, and we'll be able to accomplish all our dreams and goals. But just for now, we have to listen. We have to stay home and work out from home and do whatever we can.
Jorge, thank you, buddy, for taking so much time. Really great to spend time with you over Zoom. Congrats on everything you're doing. I love the fact that you're playing professionally overseas. It just reminds me, I cover running, triathlon, cycling. Really, people can't make a living as a runner, really, in the U.S., or as a cyclist, or really as a triathlete. You got to go to Europe. That's where it is.
Yeah.
So you're just following in the footsteps of everybody else. I love that. Exactly. Congratulations on everything you do. And thanks so much for being part of the CAF family. We love having you part.
Thank you so much, Bob. I really appreciate it.
This has been Challenge Athletes Live. That is Jorge Sanchez, who next year will be winning a gold medal at the Paralympics with Team USA. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We'll catch you later.